Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to my channel. In this video, we will discuss about cross correlation of power signals. In our last video, we have discussed all about cross correlation for energy signals, and we know that it is given by R12 of tau is equal to integration minus infinity to infinity x1 of t complex conjugate of x2 of t minus tau into dt. So this cross correlation function measures the similarity between two signals x1 and x2. So these are my energy signals, and where my x1 and x2 are complex quantities or complex signals. So then this cross correlation function, this relation holds good. When my given two signals are periodic or power signals, then we can find the cross correlation between those two signals with the help of average form of correlation. So if the two periodic signals x1 of t and x2 of t have the same time period t, then cross correlation is defined as R12 of tau is equal to 1 by t integration of minus t by 2 to plus t by 2, because this is having both the signals are having period, having the same time period t. This is x1 of t complex conjugate of x2 of t minus tau into dt. So this is for my power signals. And where x1 and x2 are complex signals. So in other form, this can be written as when I exchange both the signals, then R of 2 1 of tau can be written as 1 by t integration minus t by tau t by 2 to plus t by 2 x2 of t x1 complex conjugate of x1 of t minus tau into dt. So this is the another form of cross correlation function for power signals. So we have successfully defined what is meant by cross correlation function for my periodic signal or power signals. Now we will see what are the properties of these cross correlation function for power signals. So the first property states that the two signals actually exhibits conjugation property, okay, or conjugate symmetry. It exhibits conjugate symmetry. That means what? R of 1 2 of tau is equal to complex conjugate of R 2 1 of tau minus tau. This is my conjugate symmetry. The next property is the Fourier transform of the cross correlation of two signal is equal to multiplication of Fourier transform of one signal and complex conjugate of Fourier transform of another signal. So this we have actually seen in our properties for energy signals, cross correlation function for energy signals. So this is one and the same. R12 of tau, Fourier transform of this will be multiplication of Fourier transform of first signal. First signal was what? This is taking Fourier transform x1 of omega, and complex conjugate, it is multiplied with complex conjugate of Fourier transform of second signal. So this relation also holds good for our periodic signals as well. Then we have seen that in our for energy signals that R12 of 0, that means tau is 0, and I am not shifting my second signal with respect to any other time limits. So it is at 0, tau equals to 0. If this relation is also 0, then we know the signals are said to be orthogonal over the entire time period. So this thing can be, in mathematical form, it can be represented as limit t tends to infinity 1 by t integration minus t by 2 to plus t by 2 x1 of t complex conjugate of x2 of t dt is equal to 0. If this result comes 0, then x1 of t and x2 of t, these two power signals will be orthogonal to each other. Then we have seen the cross correlation is not commutative, as we have seen for energy signal. The same property applies to power signals as well. So unlike convolution, the cross correlation is not commutative. That means R12 of tau is not equal to R21 of tau. Then we will see the proof for conjugate symmetry property. So how this holds good in case of cross correlation function, we will see here. The proof for R12 of tau is equal to R21 conjugate of minus tau exhibits conjugate symmetry. So from the cross correlation of two signals x1 of t and x2 of t is given by R12 of tau is equal to integration minus infinity to infinity x1 of t x2 of complex conjugate of x2 of t minus tau into dt. So now substitute t minus tau is equal to n. So t minus tau equals to n. In this above equation, we will get what? R12 of tau will be equal to now minus infinity to infinity x1 of n plus tau. So my t will become n plus tau, and here it will be x2 of complex conjugate of x2 of n into dn. But we know that R21 of t is given by, so number it as 1. Then we have R21 of tau is given as integration minus infinity to infinity. So 2 is first here, so x2 of t and the complex conjugate of x1 of t minus tau into dt. Now substitute, put t is equal to n in the above equation. We will get r21 of tau, it will be equal to x2 of n complex conjugate of n minus tau into dn, it will be. So now number it as 2. So from 1 and 2 we can see that so the same thing, if we take the complex conjugate for this equation, for the second equation, what will we get? Taking complex conjugate for this thing, then here it will be x2 conjugate of n, and this conjugate will become simple x1 of n minus tau dn. Now by the time reversal property, when we do here minus tau, then it will become, so wherever it was tau, it will become minus tau. So here it will be x2 of n, and here it will complex conjugate of x2 of n, x1 of minus tau will become plus tau, and this is dn. So this equation is my third equation. So now compare the first and third equation. So what was my first equation is x2 of n conjugate of x2 of n and x1 of n plus tau, and this looks similar to this. Similar and exactly equal to my third equation. So we can write one, now comparing 1 and 3, we get r12 of tau is equal to r complex conjugate of r21 of minus tau. So this is my conjugate symmetry property. So this is how we prove our, and this it holds good for cross correlation function for energy as well as power signals. So in this video we have successfully proved the conjugate symmetry property for our energy as well as power signals, and we have seen cross correlation for power signals and its properties. If you have enjoyed my lecture and you have understood the concept, then kindly subscribe to my channel, and thank you.